We're live, apparently. Okay, what's everyone up to? Saturday evening, having a good time. Lives, get myself set up here. And we're good. And now we wait. Cheers. What's going on, gentlemen? What are you guys up to? I've been cleaning and doing stuff all around the house. DVD just got done. I know there's some lives later. Figured I'd jump on quick and just go through what I was doing, because why not? And these vertical lives seem to hit. And yeah, wow, look at everybody just popping in. Everybody just hanging out today. Marco, Eagle Scout, Crazy Roach, Marco again. Clint, Kathleen, Jason, Neil. What are we up to? Got the old disco Stu doing disco music. I got my table here. Let me see if I can. Oof. This is usually on the table over. This is my facade. As you can see, it still has remnants from the Kizer live last night. And I was gonna put it all away. And then I was like, I could just start a live really quick and then put it away. I don't know. What do we think? Give me a second. I'll be right back. Missing some of my stuff here. All right. So yeah, Kizer live last night. That was fun. I did talk to them earlier today, and they thought it went really well. They weren't able to jump on, which was fine. I know China has some different time. It would have been earlier morning for them. But we did a good showcase. It was fun. Now I have them all sit on a pile here. You guys see the two new ones I got. So Kizer does have that map sale going on right now. These are budget Kizers. Porcupine and the Yacht. But man, how does it action? I guess this is a $47 would be the regular price for this right now. So it's half price at $23. $23 though. Boom, it flips out. You can drop it right to that thumb. But if you want to, I don't do that with the lefty, but look at how slow. It's not a heavy blade. But man, fantastic. The Yacket, boom. This was my video from today. I am going to do some customization with this. Who was it brought up? Maybe I should try some crazy stuff. When you get a blade for 25 bucks, I mean, you can mess around with this. So, I plan to do the die, obviously, for the jade. But we could maybe even mess around with the blade. I do have my Nemesis Pyrite Light right here. That's white that I'm going to do a custom to. And one of the things I'm going to do is cut that tip. So maybe take something, not that it matters on that one. I can experiment on that one. Experiment? Sure. Experiment on that one or this one, but maybe I'll mess around with this a little bit more. Who knows? Maybe I'll do a flipper delete and then you just can't open it at all. Like, well, I guess, how do you open this? And you gotta grab it right here. Super, what do they say? Custom. I can't believe it though, for 20, I ordered both of these. Kizer does send me a few knives, but I buy knives. I buy expensiver. I purchased this one. This would have been my most recent purchase. The new Militao with the 154 CM. Awesome knife. But yeah, I just bought these. They have that map sale going on right now. If you go to my channel or go to one of my videos, I don't have any links because I just went vertical live right now. But go to any of my other videos. The link's in the description. You can go to Kizer and then check out some of the sales they got. But a lot of things are 50% off. They've got some premium knives. So like that titanium October is like half price right now. So it's $160 knife for $80. The problem is it's probably out of stock. I think it was out of stock already. I don't know if they're going to get any more in, but some of those frag titanium versions are like the Kizer original, out of stock, because with the price that they're giving them away for at half price, you just can't go wrong. Boom. The yacht. Got to figure out a color though. Let me know. Any mods in here? Do I not have any? And then the porcupine. Porcupine's pretty cool. I dig the shape of this. It's aggressive though. Look at that tip. That tip is Gnar. Look at how the angle, whatever that angle is to come out to there, that is a tiny little point that could do some serious damage. Thanks, Gons. Dude, what color should we do this one? Porcupine. It's like whenever I found sometimes when the knife has some interesting name that you might be able to mess with a little bit. Porcupine. How could I do a dye? You know, maybe do a dye in a color and then put little dots all over it or something. I'm a horrible mod, but I'm a good modder. Yeah. Huh? Boom. Can't believe it. Some really inexpensive knives, up to obviously more expensive, but they have a great sweet spot, and I call it the Tausser K. Who's got a Tausser K? Which one do they have? Drop it. Oh, it's just such great action. I have 4 Tausser Ks right now. I am nervous. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I love doing the shipwrecks. I got this copper one for doing a nice shipwreck to it. Action. Look. Can't go wrong with a Tausser K. But I plan to do a nice little shipwreck like this to it. But the shipwrecking project, although I have been experimenting to get a little bit of control, there's still a complete lack of control and utter chaos when you do it. If you haven't seen before, this is a knife that I've done a couple experiments with. So here, test number 1, notice how it's got a lot of yellows and some darker splotchy, marbly kind of colors. A little bit of blue and green in there in a few places. All right. Experiment 2, I went heavy with the salt. Salt gives you that blue. So a lot more salt on there and some less of the other things got me there. And then my third experiment, I did a little combination of the two. So I was able to get some of those dark marbly sections, but then also get some of the cool salt going on. It's tough to control, but I figured if I do more experiments like that, where you see like, okay, this does more of this, this makes more of this, then you start working them together, and if they still do their thing, you're kind of starting to get ideas about how to like get spots like that. Now, the way it's done, you can kind of put salt in certain areas and this and that, but it's still, you know, like some of my favorite parts of this is that green kind of smoky, splashy color in between, like in here, like this area, this lime kind of yellow to green, how it's kind of has a smoky shades to it, because it's going from the fumes of the ammonia. They're kind of working around and they're kind of creating those flashes, and there's no real way to control that, but that's what's cool about it. It just has this natural kind of look, like a marble stone or something like that. This copper piece has got some real interesting kind of caramely looks to it. Ron Dobbins, what is up? Sorry if I'm not paying attention to the chat here, kind of going off on a... My copper brass penguin turned out completely different than each other and liked it, says Joe Isabella. Yeah, that's what's so nuts is even though I think that I could learn and get some control, you still do two the exact same side by side and they might be, their final results could be completely different. Got a big Epic Victorinox Classic. Looks like it's from the 70s hardware store. Leafy, that sounds cool. I'm definitely into some of the older ones. I picked up a couple of the old classics. You can go buy this buck right now, brand new, at your hardware type or Fleet Farm or something like that. Although this one is the 2-dot USA made. Sorry, it's out of focus. So this is made between 1974 and 1979. Look at how nice shape it is. You think that one's in pretty decent shape. Look at this one. Oof. I found this on eBay. Same thing, 2-dot, between 74 and 79, US made. But look at that blade, never been sharpened. Probably cut hardly anything with. About as mint as it can get. But this has been hanging out in the world for 50 years. Are you kidding me? It looks like this. I mean, depending on how well it's taken care of. Young Kenman here. I won this. You can date this right here, for those of you who don't know. I won this throwing darts at a balloon at a fair, like at a carnival, like, like a 4th of July type state fair type thing. Throwing darts as a kid, and I win a knife. You can't even buy knives at fairs anymore. But you can see young me did not maintain... I mean, it's been around for a while. The tip has been blunted. I remember jamming it into rocks and just doing stupid stuff with it, but I was a kid. A little bit beat up, so it's showing its age. I might try to restore that, or not really restore it, but just clean up the rust. Kind of give it, it'll have a crazy patina. I have my my Boy Scout knife from when I was in Scouts. And it had some rust on it, and I did clean it up. This is what I'm talking about here. So I cleaned it up. It still has, some wear, some patina, some pits. But it's still a solid, thing. Do I carry it and cut with it and stuff? No, this is like ancient history. I mean, I enjoy that I have it, and I remember using it when I was a kid. Got that can opener. And then this one... particular has the bottle opener and screwdriver / pry tool, and then of course for your leather work you got to have an awl and a lanyard ring. Is that what they call that? Lanyard ring. So I got some old stuff, got some new stuff, got some used stuff, got a brand new case. This is the first case. This is the Sodbuster Junior. I was at Fleet Farm. I love to go ice fishing. What's up, Titanium? Justin, how you doing? But I like to ice fish, and they're starting to get stuff in at the Fleet Farm and putting some things out, looking for some new lures, seeing what's maybe popping up on sale because they're going to have the Black Friday sales coming up pretty soon. And they did have some case knives. They don't have a great selection there, but they did have these on sale. This is just a classic. I totally forgot. Sodbuster Junior. Good Lord. Classic knife's been around for a while, and it was just, it was like $15 off, and they only had the one in stock. And so I said, you know what? I still don't have a case knife. This is a classic. I might as well pick one up. It is fun. No lock on it, but the blade is solid. It's slicey and thin. Need a good slip joint for your slippy, but don't want to pay an arm and a leg for it. Guns. I got this one. It was on sale. It was like $22. I know the Rosecraft, like this is the Stinking Cow Sow Belly, really crazy walk and talk on this bad boy. But Rosecraft has been making some cool slippies that are affordable, under $100. I won this one off the KC, the Knives Fast channel live. Pretty cool. It's out of D2 steel, got that stag. And then look at this solid walk and talk. Boom. Definitely not my style of knife regularly, but they are cool. I'm getting into them more. I have several down here that are for projects that I want to do. Some scrimshaw projects. A lot of projects on the channel. So here's one with a Damascus and a bone handle that I want to scrimshaw, carve some stuff into it. Not a terribly expensive knife, but it is pretty cool. Fun little lock back. Got a couple other ones. This is just a nice Rough Rider. So this is kind of similar to that buck, but the more budget Rough Rider style with the bone handle. So I'm going to go ahead and do some scrimshaw up in there. Mr. Eddie up in the place right now. Anyone knows who sells tritium? I don't. If anyone in the chat. Arthur Wright makes great old school handmade knives from England. Fair price. Go look that up. Who have a channel? You're talking to me, or is the other Dan's in here? Dan Stan. KC is Knives Fast, the Knives Fast channel. Where is there's my first scrimshaw knife. I did a fishing lure. Sorry, I'll try to make that get into focus. But what you do is you use scratching implements and you carve directly into the bone, which is crazy. I'm an artist, I paint, I draw. But when I did practice on a spoon. Let me grab it here. I was looking it up and they said before you start using actual stuff, you can practice on something like these cheapo spoons, right? And so I kind of wrote my name, kind of to feel how it works, but this plastic is soft. And so when you carve, it just kind of like pushes the plastic away and kind of splits it, carves it open. I did this little tree in the hill with some birds on it. Just a simple little drawing. But then I went in to try to do it on the bone, and the difference between the plastic and the bone is when you go in there on that bone and you go like this, it goes and you see little chips. I mean, they're tiny, but it's like you're watching chips literally flake away off of this bone. So instead of like carving on the plastic, it made like this just easy just to kind of make this boom and carve this line. And on the bone, if you slow down, it's like, so now your line isn't straight, so you really have to be deliberate, almost like someone who's given a tattoo. Like you're drawing a black line on someone's skin, you don't have any room for bouncing or error. You have to just be solid, you have to go through it and just let it rip. It's tough. I'm excited to do some more. The reason I haven't done more is because filming it, I've been filming so many things, and I almost have to time lapse that because it's something that you got to sit down and just spend a half hour carving, and that might not be as interesting to watch per se. Maybe it would. I don't know. Comment. I could put some type of music in the background and you can just sit there and quietly watch me make these tiny, tiny little scratches. I'd have to find a way to zoom in. Maybe I could set up on my other stream when I do like sit down lives. I could set up one of the cameras zoomed in really tight and maybe get a good angle. I don't know. What's everyone got going on this weekend? What are we up to? Got a couple new subscribers. Anthony, Snad, Tommy, thank you for subscribing. Welcome. I do a lot of custom stuff. I play around with a lot of knives. I got tons of them. I just did a live showcasing all my Kizer knives, which are basically, I mean, there's a little bit more on here, but that whole center section is all my Kizer knives. Did a little featurette showcase with them yesterday. It was pretty fun. They're fixed blade Milita. They got a whole new line of Militas, anywhere from budget D2 all the way up to like the high-end S35 VN, like this fixed blade right here. This thing is awesome. Those extra jumps on the top. If you're looking for a nice full-size fixed blade, this thing is super choice. I like it. I don't carry fixed blades much, but where here? Nope, that is not it. Clickety clack. I don't see where my sheath is. Hold on a second. And it's gone. I have too many knife things around the house. The sheath, boom. I'm looking at getting an ulti-clip or something on here. That ulti-clip, because I can sit there. I have carried this. I did run and play an entire round of disc golf with it in my pocket like that. I can sit there, boom, come straight out. And with this particular pocket on these, I can slide it right in there and it fits. And because it has this larger quick release for the belt, that kind of acts as something to hold it into that pouch, because I have the main pocket. And so this is a little bit of a front pocket. These are the TD McQuaid pants, so they have extra pocket there. They have an extra pocket here, and then the back pocket there. They're great. If you want to carry several knives, the TD McQuaids, you can Google that. I don't have an affiliate or anything like that, but they are awesome. It is warm in here. I'm about to drop a layer, y'all. Don't expect another one. Going some stages here. What kind of a show is this? I see the lights back there, Dan. What's going on? Yes. I do want to put these back and kind of organize in my shelf. I got all of my Kizers out for that live, and I happen to have 35 Kizers in the collection. Ooh, 97 people. Let's see if we can get it to 100. 100. Like it matters. I appreciate everyone. What's everyone up to this weekend? We're just having a good time looking at my knives. If you do want to watch, I know sometimes lives aren't always as fun when you're not in the live and being able to interact with the chat and everything like that. But I did my live last night featuring all my Kizer knives, 35 knives, so it took a while to get through them. We also went on their page. They have some cool sales for the upcoming Black Friday sales. Their MAP holiday sale is already underway. They had new releases that came out today or yesterday or a couple days ago. They've got a couple new releases that are coming out in a few weeks. I gave away a mini grouper, which is this one right here. Well, actually, this one's mine, but I got another one and I gave that one away. MPG won that last night. The mini grouper is a button actuated liner lock, so that button is actually making that liner inside of there work. And so it's considered a liner lock, which is a stronger lock and a more reliable lock than a button lock. But that liner is being actuated by said a button. So you have that fidgety fun action of the button lock, but you also have the strength and the durability or the reliability of the liner. Super cool. Glad I have one. Kizer sent me a few knives, and that was one of them. And because I had two, I had to go ahead and say, yep, I got to give that one to one of the viewers. MPG won it last night. Super cool. Some of the other new features is the Brat. Brat's been out for a while. This is the second version of the Brat. This one has an integral handle, which means this handle is all one piece. So that is a G10, that green section you see. It's a big chunk of G10, and it is one solid piece. I'm going to kind of curve around here so I can get in close. So there's no seam, and they have milled that out. I'm assuming, I don't know exactly the process, but I would assume they'd mill out the center section and then lay it on the side, mill one side, and then mill the other side, and you get this nice solid one piece design. What's nice about that is there's less hardware, there's less things to fail, there's less screws. You've got that screw, you have the pivot, and then the button, the locking system, but everything else is boom. It's just clean. Super great action on the Brat. It's got a nice snappy sound to it, and it just works every time. This one's got that rifle stock kind of inlaid, carved out diamond pattern. It's textury. I think it feels really good. The original one was a darker color and it did not have that texture on it. It was just smooth. Get a couple of duelings going on here. We've got a couple kobolds right here. For those of you just joining, I'm cleaning up after my Kizer live from last night. If you want to go to the channel, you can watch my live talking about all my Kizer knives. I'm going to be doing a slow showcase of my entire collection. And it's over 200, so it will take a while. The showcase of Kizer alone took several hours. It was fun, a lot of interaction, gave a knife away. But I am putting them back onto my shelf away off of my board here. And also trying to read chat when I can. What's up, ADHD hobby guy? So here's my dueling kobolds. We have the aluminum and 4V, and then the micarta 154 CM. I did the dye on that, so it was the lighter color micarta like this. Put on the red and then sanded it, beat it up, kind of weathered it to give it some of that aged, natural look. Kobolds are cool. They got that front flipper that works really well. Just a fun knife design. I'm going to end up cutting myself if you're not paying attention. And we're live! Especially if I get a knife I think it's cool, I end up getting another one. It's like, do you need two of the same one? Yes. Do you need three of the same one? Yes, yes, yes. Why wouldn't you? So this is the Tausser K. I've got rich light micarta and copper. I'm going to be doing the copper in a shipwreck. This is probably my favorite model from Kizer. It is just got great action, really fun. All these have 154 CM blade steel. I did a swap with these. I do like a lot of custom stuff on the channel. This was a really easy one if someone wants to try something. Get two of the same model. And the blue one had all the black hardware, and the red one had all of the silver hardware. So I took them apart, put the black hardware on with the red. So now I've got this really cool red and black kind of sleek design. Someone's like, yeah, I saw your knife. I thought it looked really cool. I decided to get that red micarta one, but it sucks because mine has the silver hardware. Why does yours have the black? Where did you get it? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I swapped it off of here. I'm not a fan of dark blue and black together, but I think the blue with the silver really pops. And the red with the black is excellent. So now I've got the dueling Tausser Ks. They have awesome action, just like the kobolds. And then probably my favorite knife, I haven't changed, I've been saying it is for a while, is the mini Tausser K. So I'll go ahead and grab one of these again real quick. Mini Tausser K is not that much smaller. Handle's a little bit smaller. Blade is just a little bit shorter. It doesn't have a liner lock. This one actually has Kizer's clutch lock, which is awesome. As far as any axis lock, crossbar lock goes, I think Kizer knocked it out with the clutch lock. It works really good. Just pull those down and it drops. Flicks out nice. Another 154 CM blade. This one has the frag titanium. This is the White Mountain Knives exclusive. Favorite knife in my collection right now. Definitely not the most expensive. I think this one they go for like when it's available, about 110, I believe. Thanks for the subscribing, Grand Illusion. A lot of fun here. We do normal lives on Thursday night from 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. I do some vertical lives here and there when I can, and I try to post. I post a video every day and shorts every day. A lot of custom stuff going on. This is my current favorite knife. Kizer Tausser K Mini. It's got that little choke up spot. You can rest your finger. It's a thicker, beefier. Lots of jimps on the back. Kenman approved all day long. This is so weird. I was about to put it on the shelf. This one never lives on the shelf. It's never actually been on this shelf. Reason being, it's always on the table because it's one that I grab all the time because it's my favorite. I have several that have never actually made it to this shelf. That is one of them. Another one that doesn't make the shelf is the first knife that Kizer actually sent to me. This is their classic drop bear. 154 cm on this blade, and micarta, nice beat in. Awesome knife, super good action. Here's that clutch lock again. It's like flawless. You have this in your pocket, you take it out, you open it whichever way you want to, however you're feeling. Make your cut, close it, put it away. You don't have that issue, you know. I'm not picking on anything. I know the roach, I got to get in there. It works fine. It's fun. But sometimes you got to get in there and give it a little bit more of a push. Works every time, but something about the one where it just seems just so effortless and it just works and you don't have to think about it and you're just happy. It never makes it to that the shelf as well. Got some more button locks. This is the Dogfish. Dogfish is really cool. Aluminum with those really interesting ripple patterns on there. It's got a little flick out action on that front. Got a regular flipper on the back. It's got a front flipper. Dogfish is cool. They do have some newer versions of this. Alright. One of the newer ones that came out, or newer versions, this is the Assassin with the Ultim. Very cool. Nitro V and Ultim. Who likes Ultim in the chat? I love it. Got that same clutch lock. Boom. This is basically the Assassin, if you ask me, is a drop bear. They're almost the same. Shape is similar. It's just a little different on the blade and the handle, but the action and the control and the feel almost identical. That one doesn't really live up here either. It is newer. Definitely the newer ones, I give them a little bit more attention for a while. We got the Bugatti. I think the Bugatti was one of the first ones I got. This one's just a chonker. Fun knife, cool looking design and shape. I don't carry this one as much, and reason being is it's the tip. I love the design and the shape of this knife. It's cool. I enjoy it. It looks fun. It opens and closes well. It looks great. The way that tip is. If I was skinning a deer every day, you know, that's more of that big, round, front belly skinner blade. And so getting in there for that point to do stuff, it's just not quite the same as other blades that I find almost effortless. Even though this one is a larger blade, look at that tip, that control of that tip and putting it where it need to be for your cut. This is more of a belly that I would use for doing one of these, you know. But the Bugatti is cool. All right, keep going. Amicus. Amicus is going to be, or they just came out. They dropped a couple days ago. There's a few new versions of this. This is a inexpensive, lightweight button lock. Works every time kind of a button lock. Takes nothing to drop, and then just a little flip on that tab, snaps out. It is light. They have several different versions. G10, micarta. Good knife. If you're looking for one that's not too large, but just does work. A lot of jumps. Just get in there and make a few cuts. Put it away. No nonsense. Awesome. If you want a little flashier, something really cool. Oh, geez. Relax. Put your finger on there. Flip it open. This is the Veratus. Veratus had some nice, or it still does have some nice titanium versions, kind of premium versions. This is the budget version. That is G10, but it's kind of a cool angular textured G10, so it looks kind of like carbon fiber. Nitro V. This model does come with a silver or a black pivot and the gold pivot. So I took the black pivot out and replaced it with the gold one just to see how it would look, and I love it. Very nice knife. This is similar to a Milita, except for you can swap the clip to the other side. Milita, you can't do a clip swap. They do have some similarities where they both have the front flipper. See what I'm saying? They're definitely in the same family, but you can't swap that clip to the other side with the Milita. So if that was something that kind of make or breaks then check out the Veratus. It flicks out really nice, has an excellent feel, drops good, and the front flipper works. I can do that index if I get the right angle and sit here and just do it. So it's a fairly effortless front flip. You can thumb it out if you desire. My chat froze again. Sorry about that. What's going on? I have 6K subs. No reedy chatty. I'm sorry. I specifically jumped on here to kind of put this away and just kind of go through some stuff quick. I haven't been reading chat. TKE has called me out on it. These vertical lives get me because my eyes reading small chat. I'm finding on my phone froze when Dan Stan said, love the Cobalt in 4V. So back when I was showing the Cobalts, that's when my chat on my phone. I have a Galaxy Ultra, a new phone. It works great. It takes great pictures. I use it all the time. But for some reason, when I do vertical lives, the chat just freezes up and then never comes back. So I have my tablet down here with some chat. But I'd say after every 5-10 minutes, it freezes up. And I don't notice it freezes up. These are YouTuber problems. I need to read the chat more though, I guess. I've been slinging Kizers for 30 minutes. I said, I went on, I need to put my Kizers from last night back on my shelf. I've started to kind of find a way to see how I'm gonna do my overview of all of my knives. I love getting shit from TKE. It's great. Note 1. Don't read chat. What's up, Lanyard Man? Mikey Trails. What's going on? Mikey's going to be sending me a couple things to review and check out. Should be here in the next couple of weeks. Stay tuned for that. Mikey, I did my big Kizer overview video last night. It went well. Okay, so Veratus, I still am leaving off of the shelf. Not going on the shelf with the Veratus yet. Only read TKE's comments, says Marco. This is a Kizer Groom. If you are looking for a fixed blade and you want a smaller one, I'm really digging the Groom. It does fit in the pocket well. Do I have... Here it is. Same kind of thing where I drop her in that front pouch like that, and then you can just boom, out, got a fixie, do some work, put it away. I've had it on display up here, not in the sheath. Ooh, the Sheriff. Good old Sheriff. Not a Kizer. Sheriff is in town though. This thing is bad. So cool. Did you guys see my magnets? I got some magnets. Not bad, huh? I'll be giving some of those away with knives that I sell or for my giveaways and stuff like that. So watch out for that. I got some pins too. Backpack pins. Fun. The biggest Kizer in the family, the Mini Paragon. Of course, the biggest one is still called a Mini. How does that work? I need to get a hold of the actual Paragon. That thing has just got to be a hog. Look at how much 154 cm it took to make this. It's craziness. This knife is super cool. Is it functional? I mean, yeah. Look at that ramp. Boom. Comfy. Why wouldn't you want one of these in your collection? I mean, it's like a required item, if you ask me. All right. Ooh, I have all my minis. All my minis are going into the mini shootout. I shot another video. I need to keep going on that. Boom. Mini sheepdog. Boom. Nice little button lock mini sheepdog. I have a regular sheepdog. Who is a sheepdog collector? I've seen some people with sheepdog collections and they'll have like 30 of them, which is just nuts. And they're all different too. But they have the holiday ones that come out, and they do little limited releases and stuff, and they'll have the same version. It won't be a button lock, it'll be a liner lock or something like that. All BS aside, love your cabinet and 6K sub count. Keep being badass, Kenman. DM me. Might be doing a joint live. KDK and DBD was talking about earlier today. If I can make some time, I'll be down to do that for sure. PPY. I am gonna cut myself again on this one. It has a drop of death. You barely engage that, boom, it just flies down. Luckily, the right hand, I can do that. It'll hit the thumbnail and you're good. But lefty, you barely do that. And there's no like holding it sideways and kind of getting it to start. It just comes slamming down. I have caught the thumb a couple of times. These are not fitting over there anymore. What have you done? The Lieb workhorse. Badass workhorse. You want a knife that's just solid, thick, feels excellent in the hands, got a lot of jimps, and you want to get in there and just cut some stuff, and you want something that's in your hand that when you grab it, it says, use me to cut something right now. Some of them just say, I look awesome, I feel awesome, carry me every day, make your cuts when you need to make them. Some of them say, I need to cut right now, let's cut, cut, I want to cut, ah! That's what the Lieb does for me. It's great. It wants to just cut all the stuff, all the things, all the time. Another mini, this is the mini October. They did have that full-size titanium version October, I believe in 20 CV. Awesome knife. Half price right now if it was in stock. Basically, when you got a $160 knife dropping down to 80 and it's a 20 CV titanium October, it's going to go out of stock. It's going to go out of stock. It makes sense. Thanks for subscribing, Brock's Daddy. Today is a day of work, TKE. I was lurking and listening to you, lurking in DBD. Went grocery shopping, did some stuff in the yard, cleaning some stuff around here. I need to get into the kitchen. I got to cut some boxes down. It is a go, go, go day. I had to take a break and do a live because why not? Right? Boom. Called it. And now DBD is lurking on my stream. It was so funny too because I went outside. Wait, this is going into the mini stack. I went outside, unplugged, wasn't listening to anything, had everything shut down, came back in here and was like, oh, I'll bring up, see what's going on. And I was like, dude, DBD's still going after like 3.5 hours. Wow. So I clicked and opened it up and like KDK coming out, spitting out of his mouth, just like right there. Like, awesome. I appreciate it. He was kind of pushing my Kizer. They were talking about my Kizer from last night. And he was sending somebody my way. I appreciate it, bud. This is my original. I had an original I did a custom to. I sold that one off. I got one of the Sarah Pay versions. The original is great. I need to get a full size. The only thing I'm not a big fan of is I feel like this is a great little secondary for me. But if it was bigger, if I got the full size, I would probably carry it more. This is cool. It also kind of fits in I like the way it looks sometimes, so I just don't use it. But I also have so many that I carry a different one every day. Serious problems, serious concerns. This is one I just finished. This is the Aggressor. Did the red micarta dye, and then this is one of my first acid etched blades. Calling it the great white shark, I guess. It keeps, every time I see it, I think of Jaws. I tried to do a little false Simone kind of a look, and I think I need to make it a little bit lower towards the end. But when I was doing it, I wasn't really, you know, just kind of going with it and having some fun. And I saw that Kizer logo and I decided to stay above the Kizer logo. Next time I try this exact technique, I think I'm going to make it a little bit lower. But the Aggressor is cool. It is a front flipper only, and it's kind of not the easiest front flipper. So sometimes you kind of get in there and fail. But it's got some cool action. I just love the way it feels and looks. It just has a sleek kind of quaking kind of style to it. I'm leaving that one out as well. What else is going on the shelf? The Hiccup, Kizer Hiccup. I should probably do a custom or something to this. This is one that I should like more, but I don't. Not saying I don't like it. It's just, it doesn't draw me in. The design, it works great. The action is good. It feels good in the hand, but like if I shut my eyes, the jumps are great. But something about it, I wish there was some more angularity to it, or a little bit less of the wavy curve. And so it's not as much the style like this bad boy. I mean, this just screams excellence. Absolute excellence. Going to be doing the Kizer Task mod pretty soon. Got to do a die on those scales. Got to come up with some cool idea. And then I guess that's all I'm going to probably do to this. It's a nice little fun knife though, so that's got to go over here for the die project stuff. Probably one of my favorite minis is the Urban Bowie. Got an Edyards on there. Get a copper one and shipwreck it. A copper one what? Oh, like yours, Lanyard Man? The Hiccup? I just don't, if I'm going to buy more copper, I want to buy one that I like more. I don't know. Lanyard Man's Hiccup though, let's go grab that. Where is it? Oh, I threw it away. It's gone. Lanyard Man sent me some knives for review. Some of them he did shipwrecks too. So this is one he did. It's got that cool little bead to match. So this is also a Hiccup. Great action on the knife. I'm not a big fan of the lanyard on this one particularly. I'm not a huge lanyard guy though. But turned out pretty good. Looks cool, right? Gotta go, y'all. Good evening. Be back later. I probably won't be on TKA. I just wanted to go on for a little bit and just kind of hang out and do this as I was kind of putting this away. I have some other things I got to do, film some other videos and stuff tonight. I just wanted to get on to a vertical live. I want to try to do this a little bit more regularly just for fun. I like doing it. I like interacting with people. We got 119 of you in here right now. I mean, geez, that's awesome. Ah, my nose itches. How many of you are thinking about me? The Banish, this is a Mikey Trails, recommended this one to me when we met at Blade Show Texas last year, and I did a pocket check on him. You can search through my Blade Show Texas videos and you can find that. But one of the knives he had is a Banish, and I liked it. It's cool. I picked one up. Then they started coming out with, got my finger, other models, so I picked up a second one. So now I have two Banishes. Nitro V on this one, 154 cm on that one. But gotta have dueling Banishes in your life, right? One of my favorite dual carries though right now is the Militas, the full-size Milita and the mini Milita. Matching 154 cm Nitro V on this. Very cool. They have so many different versions of it as far as blade steels, M390, S35VN, S45, Nitro V, 154, D2. There is a Milita design for everybody. And if you don't like the full-size one, you can get a mini. They both have great action. They're fun. They just work most of the time. But it's a great design, great feel. And I more and more love the minis. The minis have been excellent. I'm a big knife guy. I've been buying a lot of big knives. The more stuff I do on the channel, someone's like, oh, check this out. It's a smaller knife. Then the next thing you know, I'm like, wow, that knife is great. One of my newest ones, it's kind of on the smaller side, is the Tempest Knives Microjet. These just came out a few weeks ago. Casey from Tempest Knives, the Knives Fast channel. Give him a check out here on YouTube. But he also designs knives. This one is a Kubi made, but Casey designed. Titanium with the milled micro milling on there and 154 cm. Good action. It's got that flipper tab. Nice drop. Flicks out easy. But for a smaller knife, that little choke up spot, it still fills the hand. He put a ton of jimps on it. Oh, super cool. Not tiny, I guess, but a smaller knife, kind of like the size of that. I also have a couple that I was working on a mod for. Here's the Ultim Microjet, and then the blue one. The blue one is not mine. Did the blade swap, but they don't quite work out, so unfortunately I'm going to have to swap them back. Tolerances are a little different. The titanium one doesn't have a inner frame on the one side, and then the lock bar side is different than the frame, which is on both sides of the Ultim, so they just aren't compatible, unfortunately. Not a big deal, but you know, trying fun custom stuff, and you got to experiment. Molesect is one of the new companies out in 2024. This is the Jungle. Just an absolute hog of a knife. G10 with a cool kind of snake pattern on it. If you're looking for a big beast, 14C28N. Good action. Just a chonker, right? Molesect is doing some stuff. They have 8 models that are currently on their website that you can check out. If you go there and you make a purchase, use the code KDK, and that will give you 10% off on the Molesects. They have 2 or 3 new versions or 2 models that are going to be coming out. Don't know exactly when, but in the next month or two. Very cool stuff. A lot of neat designs. They have a big hog like this. You got your front flipper like the Orbit, which is a really slicey, look at that. Also 14C, and that hollow grind on there with that real pointy tip. Good action on it. I wasn't as big a fan right away when I saw this. I usually like a little bit wider on the back. Like you feel like as it gets thinner, your hand can slip off. But this is grippy, and when you shut your eyes and hold it, it feels excellent. Action is good. Drops down nice. That front flipper works really well. So they've got different models. Here is a flipper tab only with olive wood. This is the Arch. These are all from Molesect. They just started this year, so they are new. Very cool looking designs. A lot of variety, so there's probably going to be one version of something that you might want to try. They all mostly, I think they all have like 14C28N. They do have a couple premium titanium knives as well. But I am enjoying it. I am going to look at a couple more of the new models when they come out and try to pick up some of those. They are fun looking. That's most everything on the table. I guess I never actually took this out when we were looking at it. This is a QSP Penguin that I did a shipwreck for. Do a lot of custom stuff. I love doing the shipwreck. If you're interested in what that's all about, go to the channel and there is an entire playlist on all my shipwrecks. I show you the entire process as you break it down, prep it, how I did it, how I got my results, and then putting it back together. I've been trying to do different experimentations to get different results. Here's like a test one. This test here, I added some different things to it. This one was a heavy salt test. So there's lots of different variants, different styles and things you can get with a shipwreck. It's not real easy to control, but I am experimenting and having a lot of fun with it. A lot of fun with it. I don't know, I'll tell you what. All right, I'm going to shut it down. I'm going to make some dinner. Just wanted to get on, do a little live for a little bit. Hope everyone's having a great weekend. Going to be doing some more lives on a regular basis. My normal lives are Thursday, 6 p.m. Central Time. Having a lot of fun. Talk to y'all later.